Okay. Today now, we're going to continue module 4, lesson 3, which was talking about the characteristics of the linear functions. We talk about how can we determine if the linear function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. We talk about how can we determine the end behavior when f go to the positive infinity, f of x go to positive or negative infinity. We talked about the zeros, or we call it the x-intercept. How can we find it? And we talk about the extreme values, or in other words, the maximum and the minimum point. These are the end behavior. These are the zeros. And these are the maximum and the minimum values. Now, I will stop here, I think. Here, what do we have now? We have a number 28. Here, identify the zeros, the y-intercept, the maximum, and the minimum of each function from its graph. Look at 28 now. The first step is the function increasing, decreasing, or constant. It's decreasing. Good job. So here, it's decreasing. And here they ask you about some characteristics, but I want to write all of the characteristics. So it's decreasing function. Now, what is the end behavior here? What do I mean by the end behavior? Now, if when x goes to
as x approaches negative infinity,
bravo, as x approaches negative infinity, f of x approaches what? Positive infinity. Good job. Because it's decreasing, so they must be opposite. One is negative infinity, and the second one will be positive infinity. Right. Now, what is the zero of the function here? Or in other words, the x-intercept. Girls, look at me, please. Here. The x-intercept. What do I mean by the x-intercept? X-axis. Bravo. Where it's intersect the x-axis. At which point? Here, look here. It's here. So if it is 5 here, it will be 2.5. So maybe it's 4. So do you know what is the meaning of the zero? It is the x-intercept. What do I mean by x-intercept? Where is the function cut to the x-axis? And here it's 5. Here it's 2.5. So it's going to be 4. Now, what about the y-intercept?
It's 2.4. Teacher, your voice is gone again.
Okay. Yes, sorry. What did you say?
2.4.
Yes, or 2.4. If here is 2.5, okay, approximately 2.4 we can say. So the y-intercept, where the function cuts the y-axis at 2.4. So where is the maximum point? Remember that the maximum and minimum, they must be the y values, not the x. So what do I mean by maximum? Maximum, I mean the greatest point here and the lowest point here. Okay? So where is the maximum? 5. So the maximum point is 5. So where is the minimum point? Negative 2.5. Didn't remember what? Let's do now the second one. I will not answer. I will let you answer now. Yeah, now, Mayar, the first one, is it 29? Is it increasing or decreasing function? Increasing, bravo. So here, it's increasing function. The second one, Nada, what is the end behavior here? Okay. Bravo. Thank you. Habiba. Where's the zero here? The zero of the function. And here it's 2 point. Here it's 2.5. Here is 2.5. Here it will be what? 1. But I have to write down 0. That are you Syrian? Syrian. وجنى. لا طلع طيب. Y-intercept يا رنين. Yes. Let's see, I want to hear answer. Oh. Here, what do I mean by the y-intercept? Where is it? Cut the y-axis. The first one, it was the same. The second one is not the same. So 0 here, it must be at, لا, not negative 1. It must be at negative 2.5. It's in your book, it's different than here. Here, it's here. Yes. So in your book, it's not the same. Okay? So in your book, it's negative 2.5. But for the y-intercept, here. Here negative 5, here negative 2.5. They jumped by 2.5. Ranim, yalla, in your book now, what is the y-intercept? 5. Here it's different. So what's the y-intercept? Negative? No, negative 2.5. Right. Yeah, Amouaj, where is the maximum point? In your book, it's 5, but I'm here, it's different. I answer and I give you the answer. Yes, yeah, Amouaj, what is the maximum point here? The maximum point, 8. Okay, approximately 8. I cannot write, okay? So the maximum point at 8. Here's the maximum point. Here is the maximum point. Where is the minimum point? Yeah, Tamara. In the book. So online, the book, the graph on the book is different than on the slides. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay.
So
yes, teacher, yes.
For the book here, the maximum was 10 and the minimum was -5. But on the slides, the maximum is 9, can say, or 8, and the minimum is -7.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any question? Yes.
No.
No.
Stand here. Okay, go on the left. You go down, it's increasing. You go up, you are increasing. In behavior, look at here. Where is x goes to what? To positive or negative?
Teacher.
Here is positive x or negative x. Here, this place here. Negative x. So you will say negative infinity. Right, now look at here. It's here, so it's going to be between this quarter and this one. Have x goes to negative infinity. Where is y? Positive x or for negative y? Negative or positive y? So you will say f of x goes to positive.
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, can we say as x goes to positive infinity if x goes to positive infinity
Yes.
too?
Yeah. You can.
Okay.
Well, I must continue. I must say that negative infinity, positive infinity. Now here, match the given linear functions to the corresponding characteristics so that each function is paired with only one characteristic. Here they give me characteristics. I want to determine which function will be. Look at the first one. Who want to try it? Yes, Maya. Yeah. Y-intercept is 5. When f of x goes to negative infinity, x goes to positive infinity. So first of all, Maya, y-intercept is 5. What does it mean? Yeah, in the equation, what does it mean? That means the coefficients of x is 5 or b is 5. B is 5. Good job. So it could be this one and it could be this one. Because all of us know that f of x is mx plus b. B is the y-intercept. M is what? The slope. So Mayar told us that y-intercept of 5, it means we have here plus 5, plus 5. We have two equations, or two functions, sorry. Now we will determine, Mayar, if it is C or E. Back. F of x goes to negative infinity as x goes to positive infinity. Why E? Bravo. Since f of x goes to negative infinity and x goes to positive, that means they are opposite. Opposite that, meaning one is negative and one is positive. Since they are opposite, so that means they are decreasing. Since they are decreasing, so the slope will be negative or positive? Negative. So I will choose the negative one. Is it clear? Yes. Yes. So 1 with E. Right. The second one. Yes, Tamara. No. Talk about 2. The step is 5. Bravo. So the slope will be what? Positive. So it will be C. Is it clear? Now let's go to the third one. The third one here, what do we have? Decreasing. What do I mean by decreasing? The slope is what here, Anada? Negative. Where is the slope is negative? A, B, A, D. So here we have 2. They are negative. 2 is a 0. What do I mean by 2? And here they told me that. Yeah, Mama, stop writing. What do you mean? Here they didn't tell me about the y-intercept. Oh no, just I look at 2 here. No, they tell me about the 0 is 2. Bravo. So here the 0 is 2. How can I find the 0 of the function from the function? Yes, bravo. I will say that f of x equals negative 2x plus 4. So what do I mean by the 0 of the function? The x-intercept. What do I mean by the x-intercept? The y is what? 0. So I will put here 0 equals negative 0 equals negative 2x plus 4. Then we will find x. 2x, we will move it to the second side. So 2x equals 4. So x will be what? Good job. So that's mean the 0 is 2 and it's decreasing. So which one? A or D? A. So 3 is number 5. Decreasing. No, it's okay, just a minute. Decreasing and negative 4 is 0. Which one is decreasing? A negative slope. Hello, we talk about E. We talk about C, talk about A. So it could be B or D. Which one is negative slope? D. And the 0 here, if you try negative 4, negative 3 times negative 4, 12 minus 12, 0. So the 0 is negative 4. And which one is increasing? It has what? Positive slope. Which one has positive slope? Is it clear? Did you finish? Now, here in number 10, they ask you to sketch the graph. I don't want it. I want you, if you have these characteristics, I want you to give me the equation or to write the equation of the function. If it has 0 at point 2, okay, and the slope is negative 2, I want to write the function. It's not the y-intercept. It's the 0. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. For f of x, it has to be mx plus b. So in order to write it, plus b. So I need m and b in order to write it. The slope is written. Oh, yeah, it's negative 2. So f of x is negative 2x. You know from where I get negative 2? From the equation. The slope is negative 2. So does that mean here the slope is negative 2? Negative 2x plus b. I don't know what is b. Right. So how can I find b? Let's see. We say that the 0 is 2. You told me that when you said that the 0 is 2. What does it mean? That the x-intercept is 2. That means y is 0. Good job. So I will take this equation here. I will put 0 equals negative 2x plus b. 0 equals negative 2x plus b. Then I will substitute x with 2. In order to find what? The variable. Okay, remember the steps. I will substitute x with 2 in order to find the variable. Now we have one equation, one variable, we can solve it. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4 plus b equals 0. So positive 4 equals what? B. So now instead of b, I will write what? I will write. So here is the function. So the first step, I will spot the slope as negative 2, which is given. Then I will use the 0 in order to find b. The 0 is the y-intercept. The 0 is the x-intercept. But in order to write the function, I need the y-intercept. So I will ask the x-intercept to help me and find the y-intercept. Is it clear? Let's solve another example now. Number 11. Yeah. F of x equals mx plus b. Yes, Emma. Where's the slope here? Negative 1. So you will write where negative 1? Plus b equals f of x. Like then. Because the slope is negative 1. Ah, sorry. Has to be negative 1x. So here we have f of x. So in order to find the b, what you will do? Bravo, 0, negative. By 5 plus b. Good job. Negative 5 plus b. Bravo. So 5 will be. Then how you write the function here? How it will be? F of x equals negative x. Good job. Now negative 1 times x, negative x. Yeah, let's try number 12. Okay. Do you have any questions? Ranim, is it very clear? So Amar, how everything is clear without writing? Can you tell me? Okay, number 12 now. I will also number 12 and I want to summarize the lesson. Yes, yeah. No, positive now. That's okay. Just a minute. No need. Like this. So you found b and you have the stop. How you write the function? Write down, no? Write down. Here. 3x plus 12. That's it. Is it clear? Now, let's now, before I maybe they have computer teachers at home. Yeah, okay. Now, here let's summarize or describe the characteristic of the function f. It is constant, decreasing, and increasing. Now, when a is 0, oh, sorry, here what do we have? Describe the characteristic of the function f of x equals ax minus 2 in each of the following cases. If a is 0, if a is less than 0, and if a is greater than 0. What do I mean by the function was f of x equals ax minus 2. This is the cases here. The first case, if a is 0. If a is 0, what does it mean? If the slope is 0. If the slope is 0, so here you will say f of x equals what? Negative 2. For if a is 0, so that means the slope is 0. The slope of 0, you will put 0 times x, 0. So f of x equals 0 minus 2. So f of x equals what? Negative 2. Is it clear? If in this case, when the slope is 0, the function will be what? F of x equals negative 2. Now, because this function, what we call it? Constant function. As you see here, it's not decreasing and it's not decreasing. It's constant. Why? If I'm negative 2, the y is still negative 2. If I am 0, the y is still negative 2. That's why we call it constant. The second one. Where's the zeros here? What do I mean by the 0? The 0, it means the x-intercept. Where is the function cut the x-axis? There is no one. So you will say there is no 0. What about the y-intercept? At which point? At negative 2. You can find it from the graph and you can find it from the function. What about the end behavior here? If x, when x approaches to infinity, no. See, this is a special case. This is constant. So what will say? The x goes to negative infinity. No. لا مش no infinity. When x approaches to negative infinity, f of x is negative 2. It's still negative 2. So you will say that as the end behavior, and when f of x goes to negative 2, x goes to positive infinity. Or in other words, when x goes to positive infinity, f of x is negative 2. When x approaches to negative infinity, f of x is still negative 2. Done? The last one. Here. This is x. And this is positive, negative x, sorry, and this is the positive x. Negative x, it means what? When x goes to negative infinity. when x goes to negative infinity, what happened with y? Is it goes to negative infinity or it have a constant number? It has a constant number. It doesn't go down. So I would say when x goes to negative infinity, f of x is still negative 2. It's constant because it's still constant. When x now goes to the positive infinity, what will happen? Does x goes to positive infinity or negative infinity or still have a constant number? A constant number. So you will say whether x goes to positive infinity or negative infinity, f of x is still negative 2. Okay? Now let's go to the second case. Here, it's more easier than the other. When a is less than 0. What do I mean by a less than 0? That means the slope is negative 2 as an example. When you have this case, f of x equals negative 2x plus 4. The function is increasing or decreasing? Decreasing because the slope is negative. So here, as you see, the function is decreasing. Now, where is the 0? What do I mean by the 0 of the function? X-intercept. At which point, Yaranim? 2. Here, it's here. So what about the y-intercept? At 0.4. What about the maximum value? Infinity. Bravo. There is no maximum point. Why? Look at here. It's open. It's not closed. So they will say there's no maximum and there's no minimum point. Okay. Now what are the end behavior? When x goes to positive infinity, what will happen with y? When x go, yes, it will go to the negative infinity. If it's go to the positive infinity, y goes to the negative. If we have to go to the negative infinity, f of x goes to the positive infinity. Because they are decreasing, remember that they must be opposite. The last one now. Here. When a is greater than 0, yeah, that means the slope is positive. As an example, this one, 2x minus 6. So the function will be what? Increasing because the slope is positive. Where's the zeros here? Yeah, where does it cut the x-axis? 3. Good job. So it has 0 at 3. So where's the y-intercept? Yeah, Mayar. Negative 6. Good job. So where's the maximum point? Tamara. Now here it has to be like this. It's infinity. There's no maximum. Where's the minimum? Here, put an arrow. But I cannot draw it. Okay, that's it. That's it. Yes.